Hello, everyone. Welcome to tonight's live. My name is Lunta Di La Paulo. I know this is not the usual life we typically do, but I have been in this journey to try to increase exit preparedness literacy among business owners, and I decided to do something a little bit different. So in the next several weeks, I'm gonna be going live around this time to share a little bit more educational content, educational information for business owners because it's so critical for a lot of businesses. From the media or at least the business media, we've been following from the business gurus telling us that there is at least $10 trillion that will be transferred from the baby boomers generation to our generation, right? But that's not really the reality unless we do things well. What I believe is happening is there is massive amount of wealth in the United States today, and this amount of wealth, if we do not do a good job transferring to the next generation, we're going to end up losing significant amount of value because business owners in America today are not prepared to transfer their business to the next generation. They are not ready to exit, much less their own businesses is not ready for exit. That's the reason us at Yeto, we are trying very hard to bring this information to business owners, to bring this awareness to business owners that it's very important for us to pay attention to this. Otherwise, we're going to be losing so much wealth, so much value because we're not preparing business owners to transition out of the business, to exit their business in a way that captures that value. And these, I believe, should become a conversation in the government, in the Congress, in the city hall, because we have an aging population of business owners that are starting to think about their next step in life, their exit from their businesses, but they do not have that business that actually can be transferred to somebody else. So that's why I am so passionate about this because a lot of business owners are not able to exit, are not able to sell their companies, and they feel stuck. They feel like they can't do anything else in life because they have to run the business. If they don't run the business, they don't have enough savings for their retirement. So this is very important. This needs to become a little bit more, needs to come a lot more to the mainstream. But before I jump into our conversation today, day one, why exit planning matters, right? Why exit planning matters. Let me introduce myself. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Lunta Di La Paulo. I'm a CPA. I'm a former investment banker. Today, I am also an M&A advisors to a lot of business owners. I help business owners prepare themselves and their company for exit, right? At Dieto, we try to think about exit planning as a triangle. It's about designing a roadmap. If you've been following me or if you haven't, please go to our pages. You'll see on social media. But we think about exit planning in the following manner. It's that intersection where we design a roadmap that allows the business owner to create a valuable asset that allows them to actually achieve their exit outcome when the time for their exit arrives. Whether or not they want to exit, we know it's 100%. I make it a point to repeat this. It's 100% guaranteed that all of us business owners at some point we will have to exit from our businesses. It's unavoidable, it's unforgivable, right? It's gonna come for all of us that time that we need to exit, whether it's gonna be for good or for bad, whether it's through life or through death, right? We're gonna need to exit. The question that I always put forward for business owners to reflect on, to think about, is how they're going to be exiting. Are they going to exit and achieve the goals they had in mind, or are they going to exit and lose significant amount of value in the process? So that's a question for all of us really to think about, to consider, to take very seriously. And today we're going to be talking about why exit planning matter. And from what I've shared with you so far, it's clear that exit planning is relevant. But let me just put some structure for you. I'm gonna give you three reasons why exit planning matters for you as a business owner. Number one, we gotta understand that without exit planning, right? Today I had a conversation with a therapist, a coach, and they do a fantastic work. They work with individuals with ADHD and with mental disabilities and other cognitive disabilities. Okay, to help them become better at their job, and also train corporate leaders how to work with individuals with these kind of disabilities. So what they're looking to do is to set up their business, to give it a lot more structure, to actually pursue their goals, right? But what they didn't really think about in this process is at the end of it, right? What is that end going to look like for them when the time for them to exit arrives? What they want to get out of the business, what they want to achieve, right? And a lot of business owners are exactly in the same boat, right? They never think about the end of the day, the end goal, what their business is supposed to do for them, right, in achieving their goals. Because when we are approaching exit planning, right, the number one reason it's so important, because it gives us clarity around what's going to happen when the time for our exit actually arrives. As a business owner, if we don't have an exit plan, if we don't have, if we're not clear in terms of our objectives, it's going to be very hard for us to actually get a favorable outcomes when the time for exit arrives. So that's the reason number one. Exit planning matters because it gives us clarity in regards to our objective. Whether we have a financial objective, when we exit, we'd like to have sold our business at $5 million so that we can have additional cash for our retirement, or by milestone X I'm gonna exit, or by age X I'm gonna exit. Whatever that goal looks like, exit planning helps us get clarity in this regard. The number two reason exit planning is so critical is because exit planning allows us to actually create a roadmap for us to achieve our goals, right? So most business owners, number one, they have no clue what their exit is gonna look like. They don't know when they want to exit. They don't know, if life throws something negative to their life, whether or not they can actually, right, get favorable outcomes with their exit. And as a result, number one, they don't have clarity on their goal. And number two, if you don't have a goal, you really don't bother to create a roadmap to achieving that goal. And when you set up an exit plan, you actually start with a goal, your why, your end goal in mind, and you create a roadmap, right? Our second point, that allows you to actually go to make that plan come into fruition, right? So very key, very important element here. Sometimes businesses are at a place where they just plateaued. They do 1.2 million a year for the last 5, maybe 10 years even. And the business owner knows at that level of revenue and that level of profit, they would not be able to, get the business sold, let's say, at 4 times multiples of cash flow. And because of that, they're not going to be able to get the cash they need for their retirement. Exit planning, when exit planning comes, we actually work with business owners to figure out what levers we can pull to increase the business value. Could it be revenue? Could it be cost efficiency and management? Could it be enhancing employees' quality, training, operating systems, and so forth, right? And exit planning gives us the tools we need to increase the value of the company so that when the seller exit, they get the results they wanted to achieve. And number three reason, and I'm gonna close. So these, lives that I'm doing every single day, they are designed to be very short, to give you some bites of information that are designed to be very helpful to you. So number three reason exit planning matters so much for you as a business owner is effectively because it gives you focus. It removes the distractions. It removes what is not helpful to you. As a business owner, we are very often, many things try to get our attention. When we come up with an exit plan, that allows us to actually have a clear focus, to have one goal that we are focusing our lives, our attention, and we are designing our business to look like. Okay. So, very important things we covered today. Don't forget that number one, you need to have a clear goal. Number two, you need to create a roadmap that allows you to get to that goal. And number three, we get clarity and we remove distraction around us in order to faithfully pursue and execute on our goals. So I hope this was helpful to you. If you have any question, if you need help from us, um, let us know. We are available to help you and to be, the type of support you need us to be for you. Again, thank you for your time. Please follow us on our social media if you want to get notification when we are going live or releasing new content, which we are doing almost every single day to help you get better education, better information, and avoid expensive mistakes. God bless you. Have an amazing rest of your day. I'll see you soon.